right, thanks everyone. Sorry for the delay there. We're trying to communicate what we'd like to move forward with. So today I'll be covering the manual demographics page. You've heard a little bit already from Joanne. Contribution reporting as well. Resolution to common errors that you'll find when doing the contribution reporting. Payroll reporting and Wells Fargo Ebill Express. So we'll get started with the demographics page. So updating the demographics page is important and ensures that the member's information is accurate within our system. If inaccurate information is entered into our system or there is a delay in enrolling the member in the employer portal, a member may miss their 90-day election period. Inaccurate information may also cause contribution reporting errors. But most importantly to a member, it does create issues with their retirement benefits and their refunds. Now, the demographics page that we're looking at is the best way to maintain accurate employee information. It's important that employers regularly maintain a member's status. Internal communication between the employer's departments is key to ensure that the member's information is entered accurately in the system. And then just a reminder for the paper enrollment forms, the membership forms as they're also known, please send those to PSPRS for record keeping. We put those in each individual's file. Next, we're going to take a look at the actual requirement that Joanne brought up a few minutes ago. So this is the fillable form. So you're going to start by selecting the employer and then enter the member's information. Now, everything on here that has a red asterisk does need to be filled in. And as Joanne mentioned, for new employees, please make sure to include an email address. Now, we recommend that you use the member's personal email address. And the reason for that is if they actually terminate with you or they decide that they're going to move on for someone else, they need to access their account. If they're using their work email address, they may not have access to that anymore. So try to push them to use their personal email address going forward. It may help all of us. Once you've entered the email address, then you'll select the employment status, sorry about that, and then enter the effective date as well. And then after that, you'll click Submit. Now this page also allows the employers to update members' addresses as well. Phone numbers, name changes due to death or divorce or marriage, not death, sorry. I apologize for that. That's not good. And then once again, if you are enrolling an existing member, you're entering information on an existing member, please leave the effective date and the status date blank. We do not need that. Then if you incur an error at this point, you've double-checked all your information, it's accurate, then please reach out to our active member group at active members group at psprs.com, and they'll be able to assist you in determining what the error message is and why you're getting that. And next is contribution reporting. So submission and processing. So the contribution upload is an easy step-by-step process. If a step is missed, our system is going to tell you that. You're going to get a display. It's going to be an error. The message the error message, what we'll discuss a little later, can be a few different things. But we also provide a very important part to this is a step-by-step tutorial for you to use. They are located on our public website for you to get to. And it's under the PSPRS website under Employer and Local Boards. And then from there under Contribution Rates and Reporting is where you'll find all the step-by-step tutorials you'll need to be successful. And then the uploading portion of it, once you've selected your employer name and the plan, you'll click View Employer. Then select the type of file that you are submitting. Now, our system allows you to submit either separate rows based on either the employer contributions or the EPSL unfunded liability into the two separate rows. What's also nice is that it also allows you to submit them under one by clicking the box that's next to the combined ESPL contributions. So you can also double up on that and send that to us. You select your payroll date from there, and then click Continue to Submission. For the actual contribution file uploads, you can either drag or drop them into the system, or you can actually browse your network and find the file you're wanting and then drop it in that way as well. What's nice about it is the system allows you, once you've uploaded it into the system file and prepare it for validation, it also displays the box, whether it's a file upload or it actually breaks it down row by row. So then you can see what you have in the system. Also, if there's a problem with the file format, our system's going to let you know. It's going to give you an error. The error could possibly be an error in row 1. It could be as easy as that. Verify and modify rows 1, data within your file, and then re-upload it. When the file is successfully uploaded, it'll look just like the display that's up here, or it'll also break it down into particular rows for a successful file upload. And then the validation portion of it. So when you're ready to validate your file, scroll to the bottom of the page and select Validate button. Doing so will validate all the data that's in your file, and then from there, your next step would be approving and accepting the invoice. Now you can preview the invoice by clicking on the Preview tab that's down in the middle of the file that you see there. Now we recommend downloading the CSV file for an itemized invoice for your records as well for you to review, and I see a few heads shaking, so I'm glad a few people are doing that. That's great. That's very helpful. And one thing that's nice at this point, you'll have the ability to discard any information up to this point. It's not final as of yet. So if you feel you've made a mistake or you've received some errors in this and you're not sure, you can go all the way back and start again. And this is what one of the files looks like as well. It is, like I said, downloadable. We do recommend that for future use in your records. Now the employee contributions portion, the system calculates the rate, is saved in the CSV file that you're looking at here, and the employer records can be changed to reflect this in future payments and files to us later on. Now the employer contributions, the employer rate can be corrected in future payrolls as well. Pensionable wages. Employers who participate in our plans are required by law to enroll and report pensionable wages and compensation for all eligible employees based on an employee's membership tier and plan. So accurate reporting of the contributions is critical to ensure members receive proper credited service as well as established appropriate salary information in determining future retirement benefits. So as downloading of the CSV file, it's an audit trail. Basically what you've submitted to us, then we make any corrections that may be needed on that file. That's part of the audit file. And then we finish it with the uploading of the invoice, then allows you to see what you've submitted. So it's a nice little audit trail there for you to make any corrections as need be. Now in the previewing of the invoice, the activities, all activities up to this point, once again, are not set in stone. You can delete them, make any changes that you need to at this point. Now employers can use the prepay funds to cover PSPRS funds and charges only. Cannot be used for the nationwide retirement solutions funds or balances. The NRS balances need to go directly to nationwide. Once your review is complete and you are ready to approve, then all you need to do is click the Accept button up in the near right top area there to process. And once you've clicked I accept, your contribution file will be uploaded and the invoice will be generated based on the information that was provided and the amounts credits shown as well. So now that we have all of the member statuses up to date, there should be no unexpected validation errors, but we're briefly going to cover some of the errors that you may incur while uploading files. So if you receive an error message, contributions not found, normally this could refer to a missing contribution, can be specific to one missing contribution type for a member, and that's when other contribution types are present as well. You may get the only one contribution error based on that. Referencing a missing member as well, or it can be caused by inaccurate contributory status. Now, unexpected contributions, this refers to an unexpected contribution or contribution type. Can be specific to one contribution, code for a member, when multiple contributions are present. Also can reference a specific member, or can be caused by inaccurate contributory rates as well, or status, sorry. That's contributory status. Continuing with the errors. So if you receive a red error message requires a change. Basically, it's the system's telling you there's something wrong with it, you need to make a change. This could be in the upload file where the issue is, also the member status. Possibly, once you've checked both of those and everything's accurate, could be something wrong with our system, so please reach back out to us, to our actives team, and see if they can figure out where the error message is coming from and why. Now, blue error messages, these are nice because basically all this is that it's a correction by the public safety retirement system. It's letting you know that we've made corrections to your invoice. So that way it gets your attention that blue is okay, you can still continue on, but in the future you'll need to make changes to it. Occasionally you may get a display in an ESPL contribution error. That's more of a technical artifact that will be filtered out for the information purposes only. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong, that's just something on our system that causes that. And contribution reporting references, once again, everything that you need to be successful is on our website, and it's step-by-step procedures there for you. And those located on the website under the employer and local boards, and then contribution rates and reporting. To summarize what we've just talked about, so using the demographics manual page as the default for member statuses is very important. Always download and save your CSV files so that you can review the report in detail. And then the validation errors, red error messages require some type of action on your part to correct. The blue messages denote corrections that we have made in the system that allow you to make them at a later date. And the process is not complete until you click I accept. So up until that point, you can still make any changes that you need. Next, we're going to be moving on to Wells Fargo Ebill Express. So Ebill is PSPRS's preferred payment method for it. Now, using the system is very simple. Ebill allows employers to assign different access privileges for staff, for internal controls, and audit compliance as well. It eliminates the chance of any typos, payment amount errors, and also the need for manual corrections or end-of-year adjustments. Employers have the ability to make one combined payment for across their member tiers and their plans as well. So enrollment is encouraged into the plan, and to start that, it's a very simple process. If you haven't already, Wells Fargo uses the same screen for the actual login or to create a new account with them, a new enrollment. For new enrollment, you're going to need a new customer, you're going to need a 4-digit customer ID. That ID you'll receive from the active members group at PSPRS. They'll provide that to you. Your customer type is EMP. And then from there, you can add your first payment method to pay all your invoices. Enter the required data that's required in there, the type of payment that you're adding, the type of method that you'll be adding to it. It also allows you to view all the transactions, view your invoices by clicking on the green bar there that's indicated. Or you can actually select pay your bills to go ahead and pay all those. Now, selecting the type of invoice that you're going to pay is simple. On this screen here, you notice that there's some boxes off to the left-hand side. So if you were going to pay the first 3 lines there, you would just click on the first 3 boxes. It's going to create a green check mark in those boxes. Then you'll know those are the invoices that you're actually paying. You'll select the payment amount or the /bank account there for you. You're going to enter the pay date and then continue on. You'll press continue and pay to payment and complete transaction once again. And once again, I know I'm a broken record on this, but we do offer step-by-step instructions on all of this. Even the Wells Fargo Ebill, we have step-by-step for you. Moving on to contribution, payments are required by state statute to be received within 10 business days of the pay period. As we transition to the new pension administration system, the online bill pay will be strongly encouraged. Enrolling in the Ebill will also help alleviate any learning curves when the new system becomes available to you. And if you pay via paper checks, we ask that you also send a copy of the invoice that you're paying when you send in those paper checks. And here are the references that you would have for the Ebill references there. Any question? And then finally, any questions that we can answer for you. Thanks, everyone.